We're going to be making a covered zip on the back of a cushion. So it will have a lap which covers the zip and the puller. So it means that any colour zip can be used. And it was just short of the seam, so it means that there's no zip teeth going into seam, so there's no extra bulk. So if you had a 15-inch cushion, you'd have a 14-inch zip finished. So what we need is we need to pick up a piece of lining and a piece of backing for the back of the cushion. We've joined our panels together on our cushion, and we have a zip which is the same width as the cushion. Now we need to cut our bits. So the strip that goes above the zip, we need to be 3 or 3.5 inches. And the other section, just measure our length of our cushion, add an inch either end. So that will, for this one, it's about 15 inches. And so we want it to be about 15 inches wide as well. We'll have excess in length and width, but it's best to have that than it to be a little bit too small. So here are our pieces. We have our top strip, our zip, and our bottom strip, and we're going to apply it to our cushion. So let's put our placement lines for our zip. So we've got some tear away in the hoop, and we're going to place our zip on top of these placement lines and washi tape it into position. So we'll have the zip puller at the bottom of the hoop. Use some washi tape to actually keep this in place. Make sure the zip is quite taut. Move the puller down to the base. Put a piece of washi tape over, and then a piece of washi tape on the puller as well, so it doesn't get in the road of the needle. So we're stitching left and right, so the left side of the foot slightly hovering on the teeth, and the right side will just skip up from the bottom to the top of the zip. Remove the washi tape, but still keep the zip puller attached to the hoop edge. Now we're going to put our lining on the back, so let's place it so as it's a 1/4 of an inch past the zip stitching line. So that's the wrong side facing up us. Then we just need to actually tuck this away so as it sits flat on the underside, and we're going to pin it into position. We can't let it move while it's stitching, and it will get in the road of the hoop slide-on mechanism, so be careful with that. We're going to attach our lower front, the bigger piece of fabric onto the front, again same way, 1/4 inch past our zip stitching line, and we're just going to just neatly tuck that into place, and I'm going to just pin through all layers. Easier to slide off the table, the hoop off the table, to put your pin in. Our pins are slightly curved due to the nature of actually pinning around the edges of our stabilizer. They don't come curved, they are straight, but they end up being curved, so putting a curved pins into a piece of fabric like this is actually quite easy. Just stitch through all layers, so we're stitching the lining and the top onto the right hand side of the zip. Now remove our washi tape where possible. Washi tape on tear away stabilizer is quite adhesive. It seems to want to stick very, very nicely, which is great. So there's our base. Let's flip over and look what we've done with the back. Same thing, open that up, just pull those washi tape pieces off. Just going to stick those back into position. Trying to reuse washi tape that's been on tear away stapler is not possible because it just doesn't have the grip left. Make sure the lining is pulled out flush and that top piece is pulled down flush or taut, and then we're going to pin through all layers. See the slight curve there? Makes it easy to place in. So all those layers there have been caught. And I'm just going to put a quick piece of tape there so it doesn't wander underneath the needle at any stage. Now we're going to place our top skinny strip above our zip, or to the left hand side of the zip, again with our back wrong side lining up, and we're going to attach it to the top side of the zip, or the right hand side of the zip, 1/4 inch past our stitching line. Just place that cut edge along the edge. It basically sits just past the edge of the zip. Most of this wash or tape will end up sticking to the machine base, I'm sure, but it's got to try and keep it into place. We want to do these stitching lines together. Just makes it easier, quicker. Okay, so we've stitched down there. So all those layers have been caught on the above zip skinny piece of fabric, which will be fabric B, I think. And there is our back piece. So let's just take our washi tape off and fold it open. And then fold that piece open and then stick it down to the edge of our hoop, or pin it into place. These longer hoops don't have the same ability to hold the stabilizer really taut along the long edges, so just beware you don't stretch your stabilizer out of shape. Pinning that all together, washi tape all that together, just look at where our zip pull is, bring it to the middle. Trim off the ends. We're looking to be about 1/4 inch past our stitching lines. And we're going to stitch a little section at the top and a little section at the bottom. That's going to create the lap for our zip. So we've come back, you can see that, this little piece of stitching there, it's about 1/2 inch. And just finger press that crease down the whole length of the zip. You might want to relocate that zip. Just finger press, that's all you need. And we're going to do our zip top stitching in 2 sections. It's a triple stitch. So we're going to stitch to the middle. Make sure your zip pull is at the base or down the bottom of the hoop. So triple stitch, and it's going to stop in the middle, so as we can raise our zip puller up past the foot, and then it's going to carry on. Now it is a join and tie off, but you won't see it with a triple stitch. There's our zip finished. Now that section there, if you have got a wider piece of fabric than hoop, you can actually just stitch that down the very edge there, right out to the seam, if you wish. Optional, it's up to you. This one has got 1/2 inch of cushion either side of the zip end, so we don't need to do that because that has been stitched. Now let's take all our pins out and prep it for sewing to the back of our cushion. So one thing we do need to do is take our tearaway stabilizer away from the zip. Necessary to have it so as we can create the zip, but we don't want to leave it in, there's no need. It's just going to create extra bulk. And being tearaway, we don't really want it to actually start being floaty inside the cushion and not be able to get it out. So let's peel that away. Undo our zip and take the stabilizer out of that as well. Now our tearaway is quite robust, which is what we want for a tearaway, but it does mean that you have to work it a little bit to actually remove it from your work, but we like it that way. We like to have it a little bit more robust. Nothing worse than actually finding your tearaway has come away from your stitching before you have finished your project. Pull all the little odds and sods out on the edge there. That's my triple stitch back and bobbin join there. Just trim that back. Right, there we go. So we're ready to actually just trim off that top edge. Make that edge flush so as lining and fabric are all in line with each other. Just so make that line flush. Not as easy when you've got that zip puller in the way. So doing it in 2 sections. So that gives us about 2.5 inches from the zip fold. Now you could stitch that together there. You could stitch that together. We're not going to because we don't need to. You could actually top stitch through all layers down across there. Up to you what you want, how you want to finish this. But our zip is only coming out to 1/2 inch past that opening. So we're not going to be too stressed about it. Most important thing is that the zip is sitting evenly at the top of the cushion, or wherever on the cushion. It could be side, it could be bottom, it could be top. Just make sure it is sitting evenly inside our perimeter stitching lines of our joined panels. Right, so I think they got that into place. Put some pins in to hold it into place. Then we're going to turn it over to the right side and have another look at it. Right. Open that up and just check to make sure that we've got the same distance out from the ends of our zip. Make sure that zip puller is in the middle of our work and that is slightly open. And then let's pin our corners. And we're going to stitch all the way around the edge of that by machine. Okay, so we've stitched all around the edge. We can get into the back there because that zip's open. And see, that's caught. It is actually caught there, so we don't have any open seam there. It's fine. And it's even either side of where the zip finishes. Then we want to place another piece of lining or backing right sides together on to the lining side, and this is going to what we call double bag our cushions. So our back of our cushion is lined and the front of our cushion is lined. So we're going to pin into these 4 corners, and at the opposite side to where the zip is, we're going to leave an opening, and this opening will be only on the inside lining. And I see it's at the bottom there. We want to have an opening so we can turn our cushion through, so it will end up being double lined. Let's just trim back our seam allowances. So it's called a double line cushion. That's how we do our cushions. It prevents us from having to overlock our seams, and it also just gives you a nice finish on the inside. It's a very nice clean finish. Washes well, presses well, and wears well. Okay, clip our corners off. Remembering we only clip the corner as close to the corner as our stitch length. That's a good guide. And then push our corners through and berth our cushion. Turn it to the right, turn it to the inside, because once it's turned out, you'll see that you've got lining both sides, and those raw seams are captured inside that first set of lining. Okay, so there we have our zip opening. We're just going to fold that up and we're going to hand stitch that closed, but let's just turn it through to the right side so it's a double turn. So we're turning it through the zip this time rather than the opening. And that gives us a fully lined cushion. That's our back, our front. Give it a press. It's done.